Hello and welcome to episode 158 of Bobo Scrub Arty Records. Yay! So, we'll be back to artillery this week. Hopefully we'll have better luck than last week. Yeah. No idea. But, meh, that's how it goes. You know, playing artillery, we're not going to hit everything all the time. So, you know, your stats and figures can be affected positively or negatively. And some weeks it's more negative than positive, but never mind. So, yeah. First thing I wanted to talk about was, as you may have heard or seen in last week's Mingles with Jingles, and if you follow Rita's blog posts, you will have seen that the White Military and Heritage Museum have managed to get their hands on an FV3805. Ooh, one of these, as we've played in World of Tanks. A lovely, lovely machine. And they've started a Kickstarter project to try and help get it restored. So they would like to try and raise at least £75,000 by October to get the project underway. And currently, as I'm recording this, they're up to 10,600, just over, which is amazing. They are going to modify it as well to have wheelchair access. So for wheelchair-bound ex-servicemen, will be able to come out and safely ride in the vehicle. They want to try and get it ready for Tankfest 2017, which would be amazing. That would be at Bovington in the UK. And it's going to have, it's the first ever all-female crew driven by Rita herself, which is just amazing. So, yeah. Now, if you would like to pop over there and give them a hand, you don't necessarily need any skills at all. You can pop over and give them a hand sanding stuff down and painting things, or helping them out in other ways, administration things and helping organise stuff. There is an email address that you can email them if you wish to help them out. I will put a link in the description to their Kickstarter page and to Rita's blog post, so you guys can have a read, and she has a link there to Mingles with Jingles if you would like to watch that if you haven't seen it already. So that's really awesome. I'm very excited myself. If I can get over there to give them a hand, I would, and I might, you never know, and if I do, I'll try and record some footage of that. Yeah, so I think we'll pop out in the FV3805, see if we can have some good games. This episode, I'm going to start off with something slightly different. I have a bit of an interesting replay to show you guys in the GW Tiger P. So we will pop out in the FV3805 a little bit later. Yes, I wanted to show you this replay specifically because, as you know, I haven't been having too much luck in this machine. You can see I've got 46.3% win rate so far, and I've been really struggling even with Brothers in Arms. In fact, I've stuck some chocolate on there to see if that's going to help in any way, so we might find out later in the week if that does help. But yes, this replay probably won't show all of it, we'll just have a look at a little bit. But yeah, I will cut to it and we'll have a you'll see what I mean. So, it's a match on Siegfried Line, and we're defending. Tier 9 game, I think. If I can see correctly, I'm having to use a bit of a weird setup because I still haven't got OBS working. So, it's caused me a bit of an issue, but I really wanted to try and capture this, so I'm doing my best. And starting off in the normal position for artillery where we spawn when we're defending, and I'm watching one of the gaps in the Dragon Teeth to see if anything appears there, which we do have a couple. So I'm nearly loaded. I decide to try and take a shot. That guy's taken some heavy hits already. Get fully aimed in, I take the shot and it falls short. Okie dokie, so best get moved. Don't want to get caught out by the enemy artillery just in case they were looking over this way. Seeing as though this is where artillery sit, you can always start off. That's if they're in position. You never know, they might have still been finagling around. So that guy managed to get into cover. So I've seen some other potential opportunities for hits. I decide to have a quick look over at Lys Lorraine, but he drops off. So I notice a Centurion 7-1 and a light tank, and there's also a Lerva over our way. So I think, right, I'll try and get aimed back in over this way. We're coming up for a reload. And I'm pretty sure that I can't hit the Lerva, so I decide to wait for these guys to show back up again. I'm aware of the T-37 down on the lower half of the map, but he's not causing too much of an issue at the moment. I double check the Lerva anyway and think, damn, I definitely can't hit him. Alright, we'll go back for the Centurion 7-1, seeing as though the AMX-30 on the top isn't too much of a threat. So I use Battle Assistant to aim in to see if it'll help, and bam! It goes long, and it looked like it went under him. So let's take another look. And as you can see in super slow-mo, I've slowed it right down. As I take the shot, it goes actually right under his tank. I've never seen this happen before. I mean, it might have happened before and I've never noticed, but that is just bizarre. It's such a close angle. I just can't believe that we managed to get through that tiny little gap and miss him completely. You just see the shell come in there and go bump right underneath him. Doesn't even hit him at all. So I think, screw it. Okay, rightio. I'm not sure if that just happened. I'll have to check the replay. Which I did, and it did happen. So I get moved again just in case the artillery were watching. I think, rightio, come up for another reload. Checking the map at this point to see where things were last spotted, and might be able to get a shot over in some of those people over in the southern side of the city, but there's a light tank here spotting, and the Centurion 1 is in the 7-1 is in a very strong position. So I think, right, I need to try and get some covering fire. So use Battle Assistant just to aim in again, and yes, we managed to hit him in the turret. Oh, that was quite a tough shot, but we managed to land it. I think we get 2 ticks of fire damage on him as well, which is really good. But then the AMX-30 is coming up on us, and we've only really got this Super Pershing here to give us a hand. So the Centurion 7-1 wasn't very happy that I managed to hit him for such a large amount. I was quite surprised myself that we managed to, but I can't really spend time answering any questions that you might have because this AMX-30 is bearing down on us. So while the reload's coming up, can't really run being so slow, so we're just going to keep an eye. And he doesn't seem too keen on pushing forwards, so rightio, we'll check the Centurion 7-1. He's now into cover, we're not going to be able to hit him again, and the enemy artillery is spotted. Excellent stuff. We've got a shell in the spout. Are we going to get aimed in time to be able to take a shot on him? He's travelling fairly quickly, but no, we lose the spot, and that's unfortunate. We've lost a couple of other tanks. It's not looking too good at the moment, but people are in fairly safe positions. Now, the enemy team are all really in pretty good positions. We do have a chance of hitting that guy, but no, he's been taken out. Fair enough. So we check the Centurion 7-1 again. No, we're not going to be able to hit him from where we are. Okie dokie. So we're searching for a potential another target, keeping a close eye on the map. Everyone's in good spots. I think to myself, well, I might be able to get in on this guy if he decides to push forward, be aggressive on the tank destroyer once he takes a shot. So I get pre-aimed in over this way, just to be sure. No, it's not looking good. Check the Centurion again. He's not looking too healthy, but we're not going to be able to get a shot on him. And there's this guy. Okay, might be able to get a shot on him. No. Maybe this T-30. Yes, we could do if we can get aimed in time. But damn, we're not going to be able to. So, see a Tiger AFK and think, fine, rightio. We'll get a sneaky bit of damage on him if he's spotting. You know, even AFK, if he's spotting for the artillery, we don't want one of our guys to lose out. So get really aimed in, let the shot settle. We do get a decent hit on him. Don't finish him off or anything like that. He is AFK, feel a little bit bad for getting a little bit of sneaky damage in, but like I said, he's still spotting even if he is AFK, so we've knocked him down a little bit. I'm sure that those two guys are going to be able to finish him off. And this is where I noticed that the guy in the Centurion is saying some strange things that I've not seen before. which is a little bit unusual. So I explained to him that, you know, the first shot actually, as far as I could tell, went under him, and then we did manage to get another shot. Now, because this is going on, I was really distracted, and I should have been moving into a decent position to be able to try and cover the last guys on our team to see if I could get some shots on some of the other people. And this is how sometimes chat can really affect the gameplay, because I was finding that I was reading what was going on in chat rather than actually playing the game, which is just bizarre. So we don't end up really doing too much more damage. Kind of sit here and I reply to him a little bit and then think, no, I need to try and support our guys. Let's not worry about what's going on in chat. Let's see if we can get aimed in. Unfortunately, I'm not in a very good position to be able to hit this guy, and he's got a full clip and he manages to finish off RISU 152. Damn. Okie dokie. So our two medium tanks are coming in. Hopefully they should be able to finish him off. I'm thinking about moving, and then I thought, well, we might be able to spot one of the artillery shells come in from the GW Panther. So let's just keep an eye on what's going on. At the same time, I'm kind of half reading chat as well, which is a bit of a pain because I'm not really playing the game at this point. A little bit confusing, trying to deal with that. So I replied to him again. These guys managed to finish him off, and then the enemy artillery, the last guy on their team, shows up, and yeah, excellent stuff. He's sat in the corner, he's very still, so we get aimed in and think, yeah, let's finish this guy off and get this match done. Fully aimed in, I take the shot. Shell travels on over, and bam, it goes wide, which is fairly normal for us in the GW Tiger P. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain, but luckily enough our guys managed to pop on up, and there he goes. Good game. So here's the results screen. We did manage a victory in the end, and that was a ×2 for the day. We managed to get a couple of shots on those guys, and that was about it, unfortunately. So we managed 2,175 damage, halfway up the table on XP, so that's pretty good. And the Centurion that we managed to hit fairly heavily had more damage than us in the end there, so he did fairly well, even though we did hit him fairly hard. So yeah, but we managed to secure the victory. Our WZs did really, really well there, and the Super Pershing did well. We managed 5,000... No, not 5,000. 5 shots fired. 5,000. And 2 of them were direct hits. And that was about it. We had 1 splash on the GW. But we made a profit. That's good. And that was a ×2 for the day. So, yeah. So, yeah. That was a bit of a roundabout's way of recording. But I think we managed it. Yeah, it's very interesting. I've never seen a shell go under a tank like that. But it was a strange conversation I had with him afterwards. But interesting nonetheless. He was quite civil, which made a change. A lot of people generally just, well, shout at you via capital letters. But he was asking me why I played, and I explained to him what we were doing and how we were trying out this playing artillery most of the time. And yeah, he appreciated that, you know, I was civil in return, and I understand, as many others, and I expect yourselves know, how artillery mechanic isn't quite right. There's something odd with it, but it is what it is, and you know, some of us do enjoy playing it, even if sometimes you can have match after match where you don't seem to hit anything and things. But yeah, we battle on, so you never know. Change is on the horizon, and we can hope that maybe the HE mechanic gets altered in some way, or they tweak the gameplay for us. Yeah, so okie dokie. Well, thought we'd go out, finish this episode off in the FV305. I've had a couple of matches warm up, and I just finished with this, which was bizarre, in the Super Pershing, because I try not to go out in any artillery when I'm warming up, just so then I don't miss any of the matches and things, just in case we have a good one. I'd like to try and make sure that we capture those. But yeah, we have good matches and we have bad ones. That wasn't too bad, and I've got some of my personal reserves running, so this XP has really helped. Yeah, made a decent amount of money and a decent amount of XP as well. So yeah, it was good. I've had some good ones and some bad ones. So as you can see, that Super Persian game was great. Then I went out in the IS-6, very bad. I just got popped right at the beginning. And Tiger 2 in a tier 10 game, that wasn't too bad. And my first one in the Super Pershing, pretty bad. So, you know, I had bad, good, good. So hopefully we'll have another good one for the FV3805 and not a bad one, but you never know. So let's go out and see what we can manage. As you guys know, record everything live, other than that replay that you just saw, but everything normally is done live. I have no idea if it's going to be a good or a bad game, so let's just go out and see what we can do. Okie dokie, so we are on Live Oaks, and looks like we're going to have to get our psychic skills ready for this medium party that seems to be happening. Wow, look at them all. This could be very interesting. I expect they're probably going to push quite hard on the south, so it might be worth us getting set up, looking over in that direction, ready. Trying an experiment. We're running some gasoline and some tea and pudding. Don't normally do that, it's quite expensive, but thought, well, we'll try it and see. You never know, might make a bit of a difference. So I'm going to sit a little bit further back than I normally do, because we're expecting the south to push on quite hard. So there's the early spots, which is to be expected. Not going to waste too much on the looking at that T49. We've got enough guns over that way, I think we can cover it. So let's have a look to see what our two T49s spot. And there's Lorraine. So let's have a try and get a shot in. There we are. So there's Lorraine taken out. Let's move back just in case the artillery spotted us. I expect the Batchat will be looking quite heavily upon what's bearing down in this direction, or taking a shot at what's being poked at on the map right now. So there's an E1. He just knocked into somebody that's not been spotted by the look of it. Yep, Type 62. There's a Leopard, and there's a Type 57 Heavy. He's fairly dangerous. Rightio, we'll take a shot at him. We'll start moving back.
That was close.
Excellent, we tracked him. Let's just move back a little bit more. I don't mind when people say about XVM sniping now, because I'm not running XVM stats, so I have no idea if he's a good player or not. I'm expecting he is if he thinks that we're XVM sniping, unless, you know, he could be talking to somebody else, of course. Right, these mediums are pushing on this section, so let's see if we can get a shot, and that went long, unfortunately. Okie dokie, we'll move back a little bit more. They're pushing quite hard, but we do have a lot of tanks over this way, so we're not too fussed about the western flank at the moment. Let's just try and keep an eye on what these guys are doing. Okay, E1 and that are in a good position. I think let's try and get some shots on these guys if we can. Maybe we should use Battle Assistant here. He's been tracked, shot away,
Enemy hit.
and there we are. We managed to do a little bit of damage. Excellent stuff. We move back again. Really don't want to end up in spotting range for these guys. Rightio. This T-54's got himself in a bit of an odd spot. He's on fire, and the AMX finished him off. Ooh, bloody hell. Okay. Leopard, he's fairly dangerous. Rightio, we'll try Battle Assistant again. He's moving forward. Okay, so when tanks are moving, it's not a good idea to try and use Battle Assistant. Oh, we went long. That's a pain. Rightio, they are winning this side. I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to relocate. We need to go now. It's not worth us risking another shot. We're too slow. So while this reload's happening, let's get into another good position. The Type 62's pushed on round This is not good.
Immobilized.
Get those tracks back up. Okay, we need to try and defend ourselves then. Let's try and get turned in. Are we going to get turned in time? And I missed him. Bloody typical. Okie dokie. And he finished us off.
Everyone get out.
Ah, never mind. Okie dokie, so that wasn't too bad of a result. Unfortunately it was a defeat. They pushed extremely well around the south there. They all stuck together, they focused down their targets, they pushed on up. The light did his job really well. He managed to push on round everybody, get up, take the artillery out. Very important target to get rid of, which unfortunately for us was us. Yeah, but we managed 1,223 damage for a tier 9. That's not too great, but we just couldn't get the shots off in time. They pushed so quickly, so rapidly, that it was just a faster push than we could provide support for. So that was really cool. We did manage to land a couple of shots and we splashed a couple on a couple of others. It was a shame that we had a few go long, but yeah, they do. So finished halfway up the XP table there. And it's not great for a loss, unfortunately, but they had a really good game. The AMX-30 there did very well, top on XP. Yeah, excellent stuff. Obviously, we made a loss because we were trying out the premium consumables there and we really couldn't land enough shots. But we've managed to fire 6 shots and we hit with 2 of them. And we got 2 splashes. So that's the majority of our shots hit. We only had 2 there that went awry. So yeah, not too bad at all, really. Yeah, a little bit more XP for the crew. It's good. Yeah, awesome stuff. Okie dokie. Well, I'll leave it there for this episode. Maybe in the next one we'll go out in the FV385 a little bit more. Try and have a couple of good games maybe. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. So until then, bye.